Hey y'all, welcome back to The Crazy. It's Leslie with Phat Cat Flossing. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I can't believe I'm back in 2 weeks. Who am I? What have they done with the real Leslie? Who knows? But regardless, I'm here to talk to y'all about my stitching and some other fun stuff today. This is FlossTube number 106. If you're new, thank you so much for dropping by to visit with me. And if you are an experienced crazy person, welcome back. We're just lunacy 24/7, 365. Oops, sorry. Someone's coming to visit again. Today is Friday, August 28th. Getting ready for the weekend. It's a beautiful but warm day here in Northwest Arkansas. Excuse me. We got very lucky in that all of the remnants of Hurricane Laura passed to the south and east of us. It's sunny and beautiful here. We got about 1.5 inches of rain over the last few days, but that's been it. And my heart does go out to all of you who have experienced the more severe side effects of that. I hope that you are well and safe, and I know there's damage, but I hope that the damage is only to physical things and not to people. I don't have any huge life updates. Here's Reese again. Say hi, Reese. Hi, y'all. Just as bad as ever. Still got to be into whatever I'm doing. Anyway, let's see. Tomorrow we're going to go to Memphis, about 2 hours north of Memphis, to Jackson, Tennessee, where I'm meeting my friend Juanita from, I think it's Mason, Ohio, north of Cincinnati. No, Dayton, Ohio. Y'all might recall a couple years ago, I took a girl up there to be bred to one of Juanita's boys, and we're meeting in the middle, and I am getting a kitty from Juanita's mom, Marilyn, to be my new stud boy. I'm very excited about that. Marilyn, who is Barmar Bourbons, has been breeding for probably 35 years or more. I mean, she's an institution in the Bourbon world. So I'm thrilled to be getting a boy from her, and then I'm taking 2 kittens to Juanita as payback kitties. So we're gonna have a long road trip tomorrow, but it'll be fun. Just Steve and I and some kitties. And then Tuesday we go back to UAMS in Little Rock for Steve to have his follow-up with the infectious disease doctor. They think that the cause of this whole rigmarole that he's been going through might be something called actinomycosis. So I kind of hope it is, so we can have an answer and get it treated and be over and done with. But anyway, y'all keep good thoughts for him for when we see the ID doctor on Tuesday. I think that's about it. It's been pretty much status quo here. You ready to get down, Reese? Mama's got stuff to show. I have been busy sewing. I actually had yesterday and today off from sewing. I'm sorry, y'all, I got a cat hair here. Imagine that. Because I have a bunch of bags in progress that need purple zippers, and turns out I was out of purple zippers. So hopefully the zippers will arrive tomorrow and I can be back to sewing. But what that means was I had a free day yesterday. I guess I could have cut more bags and started on them, but I've just got a big enough mess as it is. So anyway, I kitted up some stuff yesterday, and I'll show y'all that in a minute. And then today I've just done routine maintenance crap, you know, paid bills, cleaned the house a little bit, and I get to do a floss tube in only 2 weeks. Who knew? I did have a couple of finishes, which I've buried. I'm sorry, bear with me for a second. Buried them under everything else. Okay. You know, I went back to UAMS a couple weeks ago with Steve. Well, 3 weeks ago now. And my travel project has been this LizzieKate pattern called Time for God. Yeah, that's right, that up. Just looks bass-backwards to me. Anyway, I've been working on this. This was a Mania restart for me. And I actually got a finish. I had originally started on whatever the call for was, that kind of orangey colored linen. Hated it. Chunked that, so I think I sent it to somebody else to use. And I restarted it on, I think this is think this may be platinum. I'm not positive. Baby sheep is what this is, from XG Designs. But I did get a finish, and I will be getting this frame someday when I can get to my frames again. But I'm very happy with it. I used a few of the call for, a few DMC. What I didn't have, I just subbed out. But that's done. And this is 1/2 on, I believe this is a, like I said, the 36 count baby sheep from XG Designs. That's not correct. This is platinum. The next one I'm going to show you is baby sheep. I think. Who knows? But I did have another finish. Donna Ray Barrow posted, I think 2 weeks ago now, because it was the day after I did my last video, that she was going to host the Bees Please Sal in honor of National Honeybee Day. And so on 2 weeks ago tomorrow, whatever that date was, I started Welcome to the Hive from Annie B's Folk Art. Super cute little pattern. I wanted something quick. There's so many other things going on. This is going to be a giveaway later, so hang tight for that. And this is 36 count. This is the baby sheep from XG Designs. 1/2. And I started and finished this Saturday 2 weeks ago. And I think it's super cute. I'm going to try to find a cute little square frame to put it in, and it'll go in my kitten room since they're all my bumblebees. It is done with 0 of the call for flosses I pulled from my stash. And the Ship's Manor, One Classic Colorworks. I had a new skein of the new color Little Sprout, so I wanted to try it. And then the rest were just Color and Cotton, some Victorian Motto, some miscellaneous. But very, very happy. Whoops, that's sideways. Very, very happy with how that came out. I think it's cute as a bee. So those were my 2 finishes. And like I said, that the Welcome to the Hive pattern will be a giveaway shortly here. Okay, what was I saying earlier? Oh, before I get distracted so I can put these out of the way. I said I had been sewing. I did finish these last week. And I have several of these left. These are kind of a school theme, back to school project bag. I think I have 4 or 5, 4 I think, left of these. They all have similar back to school motifs on them. If you're interested in a project bag, you can email me at lesliehurley@gmail.com. I generally sell them on Instagram, where I'm at Phat Cat Flossing. Phat and Flossing spelled with a PH. I'll link all that stuff below. But if you're interested in a bag, let me know. They are $39, including domestic US shipping. I had to go up because the post office is now charging me almost $5 a bag to mail them. So anyway, bags are there. Okay, moving on. So those were my finishes, including the bags. And then I got some work done on my whips. And my husband has been driving me nut bars to stitch on this. This is Seedy Pumpkin Cottage from Praiseworthy Stitches. It's huge, y'all. Huge, huge. It is 338 by 237, which in my book qualifies as huge. So knowing that I'm going to be busy in September mostly with samplers, I thought I needed to get in a little bit of work on this. And this is being stitched with on 32 count Echo, which I believe is the recommended floss. Yeah. With most of the call for colors. I kitted this up, I think 3 years ago with the silver needle in Tulsa. And since then I have robbed Peter to pay Paul a little bit with some of the flosses. So they're mostly the call fors. And here's where I got to on this. I gave this about a week. When I started, hold it back here so I can show you the whole thing, and then I'll move it up for you to see the details. When I started, I had pretty much from the door over to this side, most of this upper level here, although I don't think, no, that's backwards. It's this side I had stitched. I had from the door about over to the edge of the porch, and then I had some of this and some of this done. But I have done quite a bit of fill-in on those windows and the walls on the upper story. And then I have come down and added pretty much from the door over this way to this end of the porch, including the little kitty cat there. And I'm very happy with it. I'm still telling Steve that it's probably still a 10-year project because there is a whole lot more to go. I'm almost, you know, I'm probably 75% done with the house, but as you can see, there are a metric crap ton of other motifs around here, some of which have a fair amount of solid stitching in them. So I do plan to pull this back out probably in October and work on it again, but I don't have that much attention span. Like I said, I gave it a week and then I was like, I gotta do something else. So I am happy with where I got to it. I think it's looking pretty cute. So, Seedy Pumpkin Cottage from Praiseworthy Stitches. And I think I've started this, quite honestly, I don't remember if it was 2 years ago in October. I think I started it on Halloween 3 years ago, I think. I wouldn't take that to the bank if I were you. Something's been delivered or somebody sent something. Anyway, I think I started it almost 3 years ago, and hopefully I'll have it done in another 2. That would mean sticking to my 5-year plan, right? If I get it done in under the 10-year plan, that's an accomplishment. The next thing I worked on, this was my favorite release from Market this year, Bunny and Bee. There's a way to do it without so much glare, maybe, well, no, but there it is. Bunny and Bee from Annie B's Folk Art. My favorite release this year from Market. And I am doing this, I went my own way with, I had this really pretty, this is 36 count Title, which was also a new color from Picture This Plus this year. So I started this on the Title, which I thought was really pretty, and I'm using, I don't know, maybe, oh, sorry y'all, my shoulder hurts, maybe 50% of the call for flosses, and the others I've just chosen from stash. But since y'all have seen it, I've gotten this Quaker motif down here, and I think these 3 letters here, the V and the W and a star on U. So there we go, Bunny and Bee. Getting closer, slowly, but getting closer. And I love this piece. I'm kind of sad to have committed to some other things for September because I have so many things I want to work on. But over the last couple of weeks, since I decided I was going to kind of commit to some stuff for September, I kind of made a concerted effort to pull out several things that I maybe hadn't worked on a whole lot and give them at least one evening's worth of love, because I figured I wasn't going to see them probably again for around a month or so. Sorry, stuff caught in the project bag zipper. There we go. Okay. So the next thing that I gave a little bit of love to was the LizzieKate Mystery Sal. I think she called it a little mystery sampler, which was released several years ago in 3 parts. And this is what it'll look like when it's done. And I made pretty good progress on this. I think I stitched on this for 2 nights. This is 36 count quartz, I believe, from Picture This Plus. And I have about half and half the call for and half and half DMC. On these where the motifs are very small, and LizzieKate is notorious for this, I really don't worry a whole lot about investing a whole bunch in the fancy floss. I mean, if I have it, sure, but if I don't have it, oops, I need to finish that thread and put that needle away. If I don't have it, I don't worry about it a whole lot because the motifs are so small that the variegation doesn't show up a whole lot. And when I pulled this out, I think I had about half of the word tomorrow done. So I have done the rest of this and then brought those borders down quite a ways. So I think I'm probably maybe 60% done with this. I've got a ways to go, but it's shaping up nicely. I have a counting error somewhere in here, so my motifs aren't going to be centered, but you know, so I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care enough to rip it anyway, because there's too many other things I want to be stitching on rather than unstitching. This one, I think I started this spring, either for Mania or right before Mania. I don't remember exactly. This is the Little Brick House sampler. Oh, just Little Brick House from La Di Da. I was watching Julie McConnell a while back, and she held this up, and I thought it was adorable, and I decided I needed it in my life. So, you know, she enabled me, but isn't that always the way? Like I said, I started this spring. I think I started it right before Mania, but it may have been Mania. I don't know. And when I picked it up this time, I had most of the bricks of the house. I think I needed to fill in the black on this side. So I've added the roof, these 4 little motifs up here, and then got 1 flower mostly done and 1 flower started. So I thought that was pretty good progress for, I think I worked on this for 2 nights. It's on 36 count Harvest Moon from Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts, and I will try to remember to link her below. I particularly love, and I don't think the color is going to come across, maybe a little, I'm sorry y'all, shoulders hurt. This purplish floss there is called Highland Heather from Victorian Motto, and it is so pretty. It has beautiful, beautiful lavender and purple variegation in it. Sorry. Took the trash out earlier and lifted a big heavy bag into the trash can. I probably should not have done that. But I ain't got no good sense, as multiple people would be sure to reinforce to you. It's been my right shoulder that's been bothering me, but my left shoulder hurts today. Just falling apart at the seams. Getting old blows, but it does beat all living hell out of the alternative. The next thing I worked on, and I think I gave this one 2 nights also. This is Strawberry Feels Forever from Blackbird Designs. It was another one I kitted up a couple years ago and just never got around to starting. And I think it's so pretty. I love this big strawberry plant growing up bigger than the house. So pretty. This one, I do have most of the call for flosses, if not all of them. And I am doing this on, I'm pretty sure this is the recommended, which I believe is 35 count Confederate Gray from Weeks. And since y'all have seen it, I have finished the planter and added this bird and begun the fences down here. I still need to fill in the fence. I am a little disappointed in that most of my colors for the fences, fence bricks or whatever you want to call them, they are very, very similar. There's very little to choose from. I think those are, get me lying here, Pelican Gray, Weeks Dye Works Pelican Gray, Gassed Sable, Gassed Tin Bucket. I think those are it. Anyway, there's really not much color variation there, but you know, it is what it is, and I'll finish it because I've got the floss and I got it started and I ain't redoing it. But I got pretty good progress on that. Happy with it. And I do think it'll be very pretty once I get into this up here where there's more color. You know me, I love me some color. Did I say this is either 35 or 36 count, whatever it comes in. It's the old weeks because I bought it, I kitted up for Mania 2018. So I've had it for a while. It's not the new Zweigart base. Was that everything I worked on? I think it might have been. I think that's all I worked on. Like I said, I did pull out some stuff I hadn't stitched a whole lot on real recently because my plans, we'll go to plans now, are to celebrate Sampler September. And Sampler September is the brainchild of Theresa Vinette, Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler, where she suggested we stitch on samplers during September. And I don't remember if this was just last year or maybe a couple years ago. But I have three samplers on the go, and I plan to start a fourth one. So here is my September plan. I'm going to continue to stitch on Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea, which I think is beautiful. And I have not gotten any progress on this one since the last time y'all saw it, so I'm going to show it just very briefly. But here is my starting point for Sampler September. I am all the way with the border across the top. Page 1 is complete in this corner, and then I am a little ways down on this side. So we'll see, and my plan is, since I have 4 of them, to give each one of them approximately a week. Now, I have a tendency to get bored with stuff and want to move on. So we'll see how much stick-to-itiveness I've got. But that's my plan, is about a week on each one of these 4 samplers. So that's where I'll be starting on Elizabeth Weston. And if y'all wonder why I'm kind of hurrying, it's because the yard guy is supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. It's about 1:40 now, so I'm trying to get done before he makes a lot of noise. My next sampler that I plan to work on in September is Oh Marie from Reflets, and it is gorgeous. This is a picture of the original antique. Unfortunately, there is not a picture of the reproduction, but this I am stitching on. This is a 36 count, something I don't remember, and hopefully wrote it down somewhere. But I have just the top corner of this left-hand border and then the first motif here. So I plan to, like I said, try to give this one around a week and see what I can do. This is a very pale lavender color. It's really blowing out. It's got more color than what it's showing up there. And I kitted this up with silks from my stash. I just looked at the picture on the cover and thought, well, that looks pretty close. So I do have all my silks here. I can't do it as pretty as her name, Nicole. Name went right out of my head, but here's my silks. And they are so soft. I love stitching with silk. So this one again will get approximately a week during September also. I hope to actually look like that one has a little more progress on it, because I started it for Easter, and I pulled it out and done like a leaf or a flower since then, but it hasn't gotten much. This is another sampler that I have on the go. Harriette Elizabeth Coe from Brenda Gervais with My Needle and Thread. And Michelle, Farm Girl, started this sal back in, I think, February, but again, who knows? I don't have a memory. I have practically 0 of the call for flosses. This was kitted up from my stash of Victorian Motto and Color and Cotton and whatever miscellaneous overdyed flosses. It's also on a 36 count that I don't remember right now. This may be Navy Bean. don't remember. Anyway, here's where I am on Harriette. The alphabet is done all in eyelets. And when I do work on it, my tolerance for doing those eyelet letters is about 2 letters a night, and then I want to move on and stitch on something else. And this band here was also supposed to be done in all eyelets, but I decided I'd had enough of that noise. So I have done Smyrna crosses, and I just need to finish that going on along. So it's pretty. I do think I got to the, I think this is the bottom here. So I do think I am all the way down to the bottom on the one side, all the way across the top, and then started down that third side over there. But I definitely got a ways to go. So we'll see whether a week-ish, how much progress I make on that. And then I have this planned for a start next, I think Tuesday is the 1st. We'll see how much I get done because we have to go to Little Rock for Steve's doctor's appointment. But Land That I Love from Theresa Kogut. I fell in love with this when she first showed it. I think it is beautiful. I don't think the picture on the front does it justice. The colors are much more vibrant when you actually look at the flosses. So I have this kitted up and ready to start next Tuesday. I did come to a decision. I am going to use, this is 36 count My Little Dove from XQ Designs. And it is a little darker than what it is showing up. It is a bluish gray, and it is, I don't know. Anyway, it's a little darker than what it looks. And I have about, well, most of the call for flosses, with the exception of, I did change out my reds. I don't particularly like rusty orangey color reds. I like bluer reds. So I have subbed the 2 reds on there and just pulled out 2 that I liked from my stash that I thought had the right amount of contrast. And these are Perfect Cranberry and Vampire Red from Victorian Motto. But I think it's going to be really pretty. I can't wait to get started next week. And those are my sampler September plans. Now, I have mentioned that my attention span sometimes leaves something to be desired. So, when Cynthia Brewer, who is Stitching in the Light here on FlossTube, and I think it's Cynthia Brew on Instagram, she emailed me earlier this week and asked if I would be interested in participating in something called the Great Pumpkin Sow. And this is not just a stitch along, but it is a stitch along with the aim to raise some money for a very good cause, being to donate to an organization called Freedom Shield Foundation, which has offices in the US and 2 other offices abroad, Guatemala or Mexico, and then I believe in either Iraq or Iran. But oh good, y'all are getting treated to a hairball. Way to go, Mischief. That's gonna be a mess to clean up. Anyway, she asked if I would be willing to participate in the Great Pumpkin Sow. And she also asked a number of other folks. And what we're gonna do is several of us are going to make things to be auctioned off. And you will make a donation to the Freedom Shield Foundation. Cynthia will explain all this in much more detail on Monday in her FlossTube. But you'll make your donation to the Freedom Shield Foundation, send her a screenshot. She will enter your name for a drawing. I'm going to make a project bag. Several other folks are making project bags, and I think there are going to be some other goodies also. But her goal is to raise $1,502, which is the approximate cost of what it takes to get one person the counseling and what all they need after they've been rescued from some of these sex trafficking folks. So I think it's a really worthy cause. It's been in the news a lot lately, and I hope that y'all will support it by making your donation. And again, tune in to see Cynthia on Monday. I will link her channel in the drop down below, and she'll have all the information about making the donations and such. As far as the SAL itself goes, all you have to do to be in the SAL is stitch on something with a pumpkin in it, and, you know, use the hashtag #TheGreatPumpkinSal. So this sounded like a great opportunity, as far as I was concerned, to get up some other stuff and, you know, make more starts, because who doesn't want to do that? Excuse me. So, like I said yesterday, I had a free day, basically, because I should have been sewing, but I didn't have zippers and I didn't start any other bags. But I did kit 3 things. Because I am concerned that I may not have enough stick-to-itiveness to stitch on nothing but samplers for September. I need some smaller, lighter fare in there somewhere. So the first one I kitted, this is the LizzieKate Autumn Smalls, LizzieKate chart number 185. And this one here, the tall, narrow one, is called Halloween. So I went through all my linen stash yesterday. That's pretty close to what it actually looks like. The darker, rather than the light's doing weird things. It's a very pale terracotta, and it is Mesa from Picture This Plus, and this one is a 32 count. And I did not go the called for route. For this particular one, I went with mostly color and cottons, and a Anchor Black or DMC Black, whatever that is. But this is going to be a very quick little stitch, and I think it will be a nice little palette cleanser in the middle of all the sampler fare for September. So, like I said, I was excited to be a part of this. The next one I kitted up, and I'm sorry y'all, I'm putting stuff up because I'm going to have a big old mess, was another LizzieKate. And this is LizzieKate Seasons, chart number 171. And this is Autumn. Sorry, I can't get rid of the glare. There we go, that's not too bad. And for this one, this is 36 count Antique Violet from Extra Designs, and that's pretty close right there on it. And again, these are just flosses from my stash. I have quite a few, I think they used to be Needle Necessities and are now called Threadworks. They're overdyed cotton flosses, and they are, you know, I've had them for probably 20 years, y'all. But I did pull several of the Threadworks colors, and then there's some Victorian Motto and some DMC miscellaneous in there. So I don't even remember what I got those Threadworks colors for. I mean, it's been way back when. So I might as well use them on something. So anyway, pulled them out. And I also pulled them out for this one. And this is the one that I'm actually most excited about. I asked my husband to help me pick which of the pumpkin charts I was going to start, and he picked out the LizzieKates. But I've been looking for an excuse to start Hickety Pickety from Brenda Gervais. I think the chicken pulling the witch and pumpkins is hilarious, y'all. I think it's adorable. But as usual, I could not do the recommended colors. This is 36 count Highland from Picture This Plus. It's a little greener than what that's not bad there. It's a very green, kind of green with blue-green modeling in it. A little bit of yellowish green in the lighter areas. 36 count Highland from Picture This Plus. And again, I went to my stash and pulled out several of the Needle Necessities. These actually this one is a Needle Necessities. This one is a hand-dyed by Rolanda. But I pulled out just miscellaneous variegated flosses. And since I was using the green background fabric, I decided that I wanted to change the color of the witch's dress from green as charted to, let me find it here. Here we go. This, I'm sorry, y'all. I've got a big mess. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This one, this purpley, lavendery purple. So she's gonna have a purpley dress instead of a green dress, so it'll show up more on the green fabric. But anyway, those are my 3 kitted projects. I do plan to start all those for the Great Pumpkin Sal. And I will be making a project bag also to donate for auctioning off for that. And like I said, I think there are several other folks who are gonna be doing the same thing. And I'll link Cynthia below. And I know Daylene, so grateful. Donna Ray Barrow, Flannel Jammy's Farm, Olivia with Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, I think Chrissy with Crosshatch Quilts, and there are several others, but there are a lot of ladies who are participating and donating things for you to bid on, and hopefully we'll raise some money for a good cause. And then last weekend, I had to go to Little Rock. I met a kitten buyer from Chicago there, and she had asked if I would meet her in Little Rock so she could do the drive back all in one day. And so, sure, why not? So while I was in Little Rock, I met her at the Shepherd's Needle, my favorite shop, my L&S there. And my mother-in-law, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but for my birthday in July, my mother-in-law gave me a gift card to the Shepherd's Needle. And it was burning a hole in my pocket. So I went and got this stuff. I picked up 2 patterns. This is Pins and Orts from Heartstring Samplery, and you can just hardly see this strawberry here. Somebody on Instagram had showed this finished strawberry, and I apologize that I don't remember your name, but it was beautiful. So I thought I needed that. And then I also found, this is from Lindy Stitches, A Mother's Heart. And I'm going to do this for my mother-in-law because she does care so much and gives so much to all her kids. Also, while I was there, Anne keeps like a little remnants bin of just these very small cuts, which are very reasonably priced. And this is a, let's see, 8 by 17 inch piece of Picture This Plus Heroic. Isn't the color in that gorgeous, y'all? So pretty. And then this is a 10 by 19 inch piece of Lakeside Linens Vintage Bittersweet. And it's kind of blowing out. It is a very pale flesh tone, I guess. It's a mauvey peach in a very pale color. It's very pretty. So I got those 2. And then I had to go over and pet the silk because my modus operandi on silks is if I buy a couple at a time, the price doesn't hurt so bad. So these were just 4 colors of silk that I did not own. I'm sorry, 3. 3? Yep. 4. Belle Soie. And I got a green, a brown, a red, and a blue. And I thought those were all really pretty. And then I got 4 other just miscellaneous flosses just to add to my stash. I got a 4th one, but I've already started using it in something. Sorry, I broke the rule. Who'd have thunk? But anyway, that was my little spending spree at the Shepherd's Needle. Thanks to my mother-in-law. God love her. Knows what I want. Sorry for the crinkling, but I wanted to put those silks back away. Okay, and that brings us to giveaways. Excuse me. Okay. For last week's giveaways, oh, let me mention this before I forget. I think I mentioned this last time, but I may not have, and frankly, I didn't go watch the whole video, and I just don't remember. These were giveaways from a past FlossTube episode. This is the, I don't know what the actual name of it is, Clockwork Bird. This is a kit that was donated by My Bobbin. I had originally pulled for a winner on this several episodes ago. The winner was Priscilla Cordero. Priscilla, I have not heard from you. Please email me with your shipping address and I will get this sent out to you. If I do not hear from you by the time I do my next FlossTube, 2 to 3 weeks from now, whenever it is, if I do not have your shipping information by that time, I am going to redraw to give this away on the next episode. And the same thing goes for, this is a pattern that was donated by Melody Bagwell. This is an out-of-print bright needle pattern called Esmeralda's House. And the winner that was pulled for this one is Sally Sally Zareie. So Sally, again, if I don't hear from you by the time I do another FlossTube, sometime within the next 2 to 4 weeks, I will be re-pulling for another winner on the next episode because I want to give it to somebody. And thank you to Melody for sharing that. Okay, I had 4 giveaways from my last FlossTube, and right before I did this, I pulled for the winners on those using the YouTube random comment picker. This is, I think what we decided was called Swirly Bird and Flowers. This was a, I don't remember what they call it. Our stitching circle. Our friends stitching circle. Yes, it's called Swirly Bird and Flowers. It's a club kit from the Silver Needle is what it boils down to. I finished this and had it finished by Faye Rigsby. I showed this in my last FlossTube. And this is the pattern. It no longer includes, you know, the pins or the wool or any of the extras, but it is the pattern, and it is a very, very cute end product. And this one, I asked you to use the word flower in a comment, and the winner for this one is Count Twice, Stitch Once. So count twice, stitch once. I commented on your comment, including my email. Please email me, and I will get this sent out to you when I have your shipping address. The next giveaway from last time was, this was a limited edition kit from Nashville 2018, I think. Maybe 2019, but I think 2018. This is Handful of Posies from Stacy Nash Primitives. And I asked you to comment using the word hand. And the winner for this one is Rebecca Reyes. So Rebecca, same thing. I commented on your comment. If you will please email me with your shipping address, I'll get that sent to you. The next one, Berry Cottage from Plum Street. I finished this a while back. And again, I used the random comment picker. I asked you to comment using the word cottage. And that comment picker picked Gwen Imbardino? I'm not sure. Anyway, Gwen, get in touch. I'll get this sent to you. And then lastly, another one that I finished, I think in July. This is Sail Away from Shepherd's Bush. I have used all the parts from the kit. You're just going to get the pattern. And I asked you to comment using the phrase sail away, and Julie Ann Staley, you're the winner for Sail Away. So get in touch with me and I'll get that sent to you. And then that brings us to today's goodies. Rules are the same as always. I'm sponsoring this unless otherwise noted. Be at least 18 so I can get your address. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave me a comment below with whatever the specified keyword is, because that keyword is what I will use to search your comment on that random comment picker. And like I mentioned earlier, this is the one I finished a couple weeks ago. Welcome to the Hive from Annie Beez. Super, super cute little pattern. And comment below using the word Hive, H-I-V-E. And I will pull for these on my next FlossTube. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever I get back. This is LizzieKate's Dog Lovers. LizzieKate number something or other. Number 51. Very cute. This pattern came to me from Crystal Geek. She sent me some things to give away to y'all. So comment again below, be a subscriber, like the video, all that nonsense, and use the word dog, G-O-G, in your comment. This is one of several patterns that was sent to me by mybobbin.com for me to give away to you guys. They are a Russian website. They sell very, very reasonably priced kits and patterns. And when they shipped this stuff to me, it came to me pretty quickly, like within a couple weeks. Now, that was back before all the pandemic stuff, so it may be a little bit longer because it is coming from Russia, but, you know, they have very reasonably priced stuff on their website. And again, I will link it below. I don't know what the real name is, but I'm calling her the Winter Doll. And she is another little two-sided. I assume that there is probably perforated paper in here. I can definitely feel stuff. There's probably the floss and the perforated paper. She's holding a little cardinal. She's really cute. And if you'd like to win this one, comment and use the word doll. I'm sorry, use the word winter, W-I-N-T-E-R. And then lastly, something actually seasonally appropriate. This is something to crow about, which is a Leisure Arts leaflet. This is another one that was donated by Crystal Geek. I almost decided to keep this and stitch this for one of the Great Pumpkin Sal pieces, but I decided I needed to go ahead and give it away. It's got some very cute patterns. The crow on the sunflower is really pretty. You can see them kind of better here on the back. But all 4 patterns are in there, and if you would like to win this one, comment and use the word crow, C-R-O-W. So, whew, that's all I got for today. Thank y'all so much, so much for coming to watch. I hope that you are all well and healthy and happy and secure and serene and enjoying your stitching. And I hope to be back to see you sooner rather than later, but who knows? So, in the meantime, y'all stay safe and happy and enjoy your stitching. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.